Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Romy and today I'm gonna make Pokemon magnets. I'm super excited. I just recently discovered that shrinkie dinks existed, and for me it was like so I'm probably the last person on earth left that didn't know what shrinky dink were, but if you don't know, it is a soft plastic that comes in sheets where you can draw on, color, and cut out. And yeah, with heat it shrinks. Basically, you can use oven or some use hot guns. I don't have a hot gun, but I'll be using my oven. I'm not explaining myself very well, but you'll see. So yeah, I had to try it, definitely. I wanted to do some Pokemon. I was really clear about that. So I took out my Pokemon complete guide and picked a few Pokemon I liked and thought that would turn out okay. I avoided the too complicated ones and started drawing 2 Pokemon per sheet. This turned out to be a little bit too big for my first idea, that was making pins. Well, that's why I ended up making magnets, but it was a happy accident in the end. For the pins that I plan on doing in the near future, because I bought the clips, I will probably divide the sheet in 4 pieces. I think that would be the perfect size for them. Obviously, if you don't enjoy drawing the Pokemons yourself, you can always print some out and then just color them. I myself enjoy this process a lot, so that's what I did. I ended up drawing 8 Pokemons, and once I had them all drawn, I just secured each of them on a sheet of shrinky dinks with some washi tape and started with the coloring. I immediately thought that posca pens would give them the perfect look, so I colored most of them using these markers, and I actually chose the majority of the Pokemons I drawn based on the colors I have in my set. And wow, do they work great on this plastic. It actually looks like it was made for them. You know how posca are supposed to work on multiple surfaces, and they do, but as much as I love them, it's not always the easiest to make them work on them. But this is like the perfect match. Even layering them was easy, and that's saying something. This really made me happy. It was like the second moment, but I promise you it was the last one, don't worry. But it was, I absolutely love posca pens, and seeing this work so well together, it just opens a world of possibilities. So yeah, I was enjoying the coloring part very much. I was really happy of how Gengar and Ghastly turned out in particular. I had a bit of an accident with Pikachu eyes, unfortunately. I tried to fix it as best as I could. I'll probably have to redo it, but yeah, in the end it didn't turn out so horrible. All the others turned out exactly as I wanted them, so I was pretty happy. But unfortunately I did not have the colors to do Executor and Golem, but I had to do them somehow because I promised my 5-year-old, that is a huge fan, that I would do Executor and Golem, so they were a must. But it was good because I also wanted to experiment with different mediums, so to speak. And I ended up doing Golem with colored pencils. I used the Lidl Crelando watercolor pencils. Probably not my best choice, but I just got them and I wanted to try them out, but I had a quite limited range of colors, so I had to layer quite a bit, and it did not turn out as I wanted. It's weird because from what I saw around, this shrinky dinks plastic is supposed to be used with pencils, so I am not quite sure what happened. Maybe you don't have to layer them quite as much, maybe it's the quality of the pencils, but I mean, I wouldn't think this should only work with top quality pencils. I am curious though, so I will probably try with something else. Maybe it's because they're water soluble, I am not sure, but you will see how it turns out really badly, and it also was not enjoyable coloring it. So with executor I went with alcohol markers instead. I used some ohuhu, and it's fine as long as you don't try to mix colors or layer them too much. I had really a hard time with the body and fixing the mess that turned out from me trying to layer two colors together. The colors turned sticky for some reason, and instead of blending, it sort of moved around. I wouldn't really know how else to describe it. In the end, I could sort of fix it, thankfully, but during the coloring process and seeing how the inks were reacting, I suddenly started thinking that maybe alcohol ink in a gas oven was not the greatest idea. Still, I'm too curious, so danger would not and did not stop me. You'll see how it turned out. Once I finished coloring them all, the tricky part, or so I thought, would start. But actually cutting them, even if the plastic looks quite thick, it turned out being quite easy. So I cut them all out pretty quickly, and I soon was left with all my Pokemons, and I couldn't wait to go to the oven with them. I started with executor because I thought accident first, and I was a bit scared that it would catch fire or something, but actually it was the most uneventful cooking process of them all. The other ones at least crinkled up. He just slowly shrinked, so that was a relief. That's good. Oh yeah, the other ones crinkled up pretty badly, and the first couple of times I panicked a bit and thought that they would get ruined, but I learned that you just have to wait and they will flatten back down. I also make sure I flatten them down with something a bit heavy as soon as I took them out of the oven, just in case. And I was really happy with the results. As you see, they shrink about 1/4 of the original size, so keep that in mind as reference for your projects. The plastic is pretty hard, it's super hard, and the look is quite refined. Still, I decided to finish them off with some Mod Podge, but I didn't really like the effect I got. It was all striky and not at all the effect I was going for. But luckily I found a crystal finish varnish in my stash, and I tried with that to avoid any marks. I also decided to use a plastic brush, the ones used for face mask, and it worked great. I loved the result. You can see executor turned out very transparent, a sort of crystal effect, which is good and I think would look lovely for some jewelry actually. Golem, unfortunately, it's unsavable. It turned out with a flaky and weird texture, and I'm pretty confused about why. Maybe too many layers? I'm not sure. If you know what went wrong, tell me in the comments, please. So to finish the job off, I just had to put the magnets on. I found some on Amazon, as everything else I used for this project basically. I'll try to leave some links in the description if you're interested. And I also use some super glue, and that's it. I've got my Pokemon magnets and I'm super happy with them. I really enjoyed doing them, and I think I'm in love with this shrinkable plastic. It's genius, it's like magic. I 100% would recommend you try it if you haven't yet. And that's that. And as always, if you are still here, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I know, but it does help. And also consider subscribing to the channel. I would love to have you join this small community of arts and crafts lovers. And that is all. I wish you an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!